When Christopher Columbus reached North America in 1492, the continent was already populated. Though sparsely by several hundred Native American tribes, Europeans did not encounter these tribes all at one time. Explorers from different nations came into contact with them at different times. As we know now, these widely dispersed tribes of Native Americans differ greatly from one another in language, government, social organization, customs, housing, and methods of survival. No one knows for certain when or how the first Americans arrived in what is now the United States. It may have been as recently as 12,000 years ago, or as long ago as 70,000 years ago. Native Americans usually, but by no means always, greeted the earliest European settlers as friends. They instructed the newcomers in their agriculture and woodcraft and introduced them to maize, beans, squash, maple sugar, snowshoes, toboggans, and birch bark canoes. Indeed, many more of the European settlers will have succumbed to the bitter settlers will have that will have northeastern renters had it not been for the help of the first Americans. The southern colonies differ from New England in climate, crops, social organizations, and religion. Prosperous coastal cities grew up in the south, just as in the north, but beyond the southern cities lay large plantations, not small farms. Up to 1,000 people, many of them enslaved, might live and work on a single plantation. For a long time, Native American literature was viewed mainly as folklore. The consequence was that song lyrics, hero tales, migration legends, and accounts of their creation were studied more for their content than for their literary qualities. In the oral tradition, the telling of tale may change with each speaker, and the words are almost sure to change over time. The varied Native American cultures produce a diverse body of literature. However, while the myths, legends, and folk tales vary greatly, one common characteristic and a deep respect that Native Americans' literature generally shows for nature, tales, and chants celebrate the wonders of the natural world and its interconnectedness with the world of the spirit. Pronouncing many of the Native American words was difficult for the early explorers and settlers. In many instances, they shortened and simplified the names. For example, Altchok became Woodchuck, Ratchincoom turned into Raccoon, and the smelly Seganquak transformed into Skunk. The North American Meaner brought more new words into the English language, including caribou, chipmunk, moose, muskrat, and porgy. William Penn said he did not know a language spoken in Europe that had words of more sweetness and greatness. To Walt Whitman, monologue rose with Venetian's richness upon the palate. Some of our loveliest place names began life as Native Americans' words. If you look at a map. These are the different animal names that have changed. This is where the poetry of the place names came. The lands of the tribe. The food. The people. And what they wore and what they hunted with and what they lived in. The people.